what is personality, what are its characteristic features, then what are the factors influencing personality. Then I would discuss only one theory to have a clear understanding of personality. We will discuss only one theory, that is psychoanalytic theory, propounded by then say we'll see how the personality can be developed. Yes, first, the teachers are given a special, significant, and crucial role in the society. We are given the highest status in the society. Okay? Don't think that you are teaching for a salary. You are working for the building of the nation. You are building the characteristics of the people. By teaching, you are preparing the leaders of tomorrow. Okay? And Guru is equated with Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. Hope all of you have heard the shloka, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. That means Guru is given the highest status in the society and you belong to that category. That means you are preparing tomorrow's leaders. Okay? Therefore, we need to have the right kind of personality. And all of us have heard the term personality. All of us use the term personality. What is this personality? Or before going to understand what personality is, we will know this. The term personality has been derived from the Greek word persona, which means to speak through. Latin word persona, which means to speak through. That means the term used to denote the mask that actors used to wear in ancient Rome and Greece while enacting some role in drama. Okay. So in Greece and Rome, whenever people used to enact some role in drama, they used to wear the mask and they used to speak through the mask. Okay. They used to speak the character, the words of the character. Even in our country, we know that say people enact dramas, even in villages during say festive seasons, people in rural area practice some drama and they enact the drama during the festivals. Say, example, say a person is playing the role of a Rama. As soon as he comes on the stage, you can understand that he is Rama. Or another character, Ravana, is coming on the stage. Immediately you can know that the person who is coming is Ravana. How come we know? Because they wear a mask. Okay. And they speak, the person who acts the role of Rama will speak the words of Rama, not his own words. Or the person who enacts the role of Ravana will speak the words of Ravana, not his words. Okay. And they speak through the mask. Therefore, the word persona means to speak through. And all of us wear a mask. All of us speak through the mask. We don't, I mean to say that we don't reveal our true identity. We don't reveal our true feelings. Say, for example, you go to your colleague's house or friend's house at 1 o'clock and they invite you for the lunch. Yes, you are hungry and they are inviting you for the lunch. But what do you say? Do you accept the offer? No, you don't say. You say, I had heavy breakfast, therefore I will go back home and then have my lunch. That means even though you are hungry, even though you wanted to have lunch, you don't accept. You say that you are not hungry. That means it's like that. Always we wear a mask. Okay. Shakespeare, the greatest English literature person, has told that, long back he has told that the whole world is a stage and we are all actors. The whole world is a stage and we are all actors. Okay. Yes, his statement is very much true. And this traditionally it refers, the word personality refers, traditionally it refers to how people influence others through their external appearances. How do we influence others? Through our external appearance. That is what personality means traditionally. Okay. Say you see, I mean, you are going on a, I mean, you are moving on a road, okay, and you see a beautiful lady. What do you say? So you say, oh, what a personality. Or you are moving on a road and you find a handsome guy, hero like material. You tell yourself, oh, what a personality. Okay, that means we try to understand the personality of an individual through their external appearance or physical appearance. Then, say, I tell the names of few persons, say, an actor, an actress, or a social worker, leader, freedom fighter, national figure. When I utter these things, say, for example, say, Mahatma Gandhi ji, Lal Bahadur Shastri, or Nelson Mandela, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, what do you say? You say they're all great personalities. They're all great personalities. First, we try to understand the personality by the external appearances. Traditionally, by external appearance. Then by their social success. We try to understand the personality of a person through their social success. Okay. That means they're also, I mean, say when I say Mahatma Gandhi, he's a very great man. Okay, or Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Say they're all great personalities. That means we try to identify or understand the personality by the social success of an individual. Thirdly, we try to understand personality by the dominant characteristic feature of an individual. First, we try to understand by personal appearance or physical appearance. Second, by social success. Third, by the dominant characteristic feature of an individual. Sometimes say he is arrogant, he is studious, someone is intelligent, he is hardworking, he is honest. So and so is I mean, say someone is say dishonest or sober, introvert, extrovert, beautiful, useless, reserved. Okay, say like they are cheerful. We use many words to identify the personality of a person. Say behavioral scientists Alport and Albert have found that people use 3 to 5,000 words, 3,000 to 5,000 words to refer to the personal qualities of an individual. That means we use nearly 5,000 words to refer to the personalities of the individuals. Okay, but we are not, I mean, say external appearance, it's traditional. External appearance or social success or dominant feature. They're all, I mean, traditionally we try to understand personality like that. But we the academicians, for we the academicians, not only external appearance, but the behavior. We look into the behavior of individuals to understand the personality. Even not only the behavior, we try to understand the personality by the inner awareness of self as a permanent organizing force. Okay, for academicians, personality doesn't mean only the external appearance or social success or dominant feature. Okay, we try to understand personality by not only by their external appearance, but we also look into their behavior and the inner awareness of self as permanent organizing force. That means, what is this inner awareness of self? This inner awareness of self is what you know about yourself, what you have understood about yourself, what you think about yourself. Okay, that is very important. Say what you think about yourself will influence your behavior. And ultimately, say we exhibit our personality through our behavior. Okay, and says for psychologists say that there are n number of traits, there are n number of characteristic features. We have n number of characteristic features, and these features can be measured. These features or these traits are interlinked. They have a perfect network and they are interlinked, and they can also be measured. Okay, yes, I mean your emotions or I mean human beings emotional, I mean say traits or any trait for that matter is measurable. Psychologists have developed a battery of tests. They have developed a battery of tests to measure the various traits that we have. Okay, How these traits are there in an individual, how the network of traits is there between in different individuals. That's how we try to understand the term personality. Okay, that means, say, for academicians, not only the external appearance, but behavior and the inner awareness of self plus measurable traits. The network of measurable traits is also important. So to have a clarity as far as personality is concerned, we'll look into one or two definitions of the term personality. One of the definitions goes like this. Personality is a broad amorphous designation relating to fundamental approaches of persons to others and themselves. Okay. Personality is a broad amorphous designation. It doesn't have any shape. It doesn't have any color. Personality doesn't have any shape. So what is the shape of the water? Shape of the water depends on its container. Like that, personality doesn't have any shape, doesn't have any color, doesn't have any weight or say nothing. It is nothing, but it is everything. Okay. It is a broad amorphous designation relating to fundamental approaches of persons to others and themselves. That means what we think about ourselves and what we think about others is very important. What you think about your, you say, if you think that you're intelligent and the other person is not so intelligent, then you look down upon. That means that influences your behavior. Okay. When you consider the other person, hey, he's a very poor fellow, then your approach would be different. Okay. How do we approach others? Okay. Our behavior depends on what we think about ourselves and what we think about the other person. Say you talk to many people, you talk to your friends, you follow some approach, and you talk to your students. You don't follow the same approach while talking to your students. Yeah, you talk to your parents. Say you don't follow the same approach while talking to your parents. The approach is different. While talking to your students, the approach is different. While talking to your principal, the approach is different. Why the approach is different? Because the people you come across are different. You understand who are you and who is the other person and what is the relationship. That decides your behavior. And through behavior, we would be exhibiting our personality. That means we follow different approaches while talking to or while having while relating to others. Okay, we follow different approaches, and that is because, say, we think what we are and we also understand what the other person is. Okay, then it is a study of characteristic traits of an individual, relationship between these traits, and the way in which a person adjusts to others, people, and situations. Okay, that means it is a study of characteristic features of a person. Personality is the study of characteristic features or traits of a person. I told you we have n number of traits, and these traits are interlinked and interdependent. Okay, say it's like operating a mobile. When you put, when you press your finger on some, icon, then say you get to know something. Okay, the file opens. Okay, if you write, you want something and it appears on the screen. Like that, whenever we approach different situations, yes, our behavior will be different, our approaches will be different, and we will be revealing our personality. And we have, as I told you, we have a number of traits, and these are measurable traits. Okay, and say the psychologists are interested in studying the relation between these different traits in an individual and how a person adjusts to other people. How do we adjust ourselves to other person is also very important, and that reveals our personality. And the third definition says personality includes everything about a person's. Okay, it includes everything. It is a combination of n number of factors. Okay, we have attitudes, we have motivation, we have perception, we have learning. Okay, all these different traits put together, we call it personality. Okay, personality includes everything about a person's physical, social, emotional, mental, and spiritual makeup. Say, what are the things that we are made up of? We are made up of physical, social, mental, emotional, and spiritual things. Okay, all these put together, we call it personality. And personality is unique behaviors, attitudes, and emotions that characterize an individual. We are a bundle of traits, okay, and these traits influence our behavior. Thus, we exhibit our personality. That means to most psychologists and students of behavior, the term personality refers to the characteristic traits of an individual plus relationship between these traits and the way in which a person adjusts to other people and other situations. That means we have a number of traits and these traits are related and there is a perfect relationship, and this network or this relationship is different from one individual to other individual. Okay, I will come to the characteristics of personality. There I will tell you more about that. Okay, then the way in which a person adjusts to other people and how do we adjust ourselves to other people and other situations reveal our personality. Okay, that means personality is a bundle of traits, their relationship, and how we adjust ourselves to other persons and other situations. Coming to the characteristic features of personality, personality is defined in terms of behavior. How do we understand the personality or how do we judge the personality? We judge the personality through the behavior of the people. How do they behave under different situations or different circumstances? That reveals our personality. Then it refers to the fundamental qualities of an individual. Personality refers to the fundamental qualities of an individual. We have all of us have got all the traits, okay? But some traits are dominant. Some are cheerful, some are dominant, some are honest, some are dishonest, some are hardworking, some are intelligent, something like that. Okay, there are certain dominant features. Okay, and it refers to and these are fundamental qualities. Okay, fundamental qualities of an individual. What are these fundamental or main qualities that we have? Okay, that tells us the personality of an individual, and it represents personality represents an unique integration of various traits. I told you these traits are interlinked, these traits are interdependent, and how these traits are linked with what is the integration. So different people have got different integration. Even though all of us have got all the traits, but the network is different, the linkage is different. Okay, the interdependence is different. That makes our personality. Why do we differ? Say, and the fourth characteristic feature is it is unique to each individual. Personality is unique to each individual. Each individual has got his or her own personality. There are 8 billion people on this earth, and all the 8 billion people have got different personalities. Say we know that our handprints are different. Our handprints are different. Fingerprints, I should not handprints. I should say use the word fingerprints. Our fingerprints are different from the rest of the people in the world. Okay, like that, our personality is unique. Say nobody can match you. Nobody is like you on this earth. Okay, you are unique. That means because of the special or unique integration of various traits. Okay. Yes, the personality is unique to each individual. Then it is dynamic. Personality is dynamic and gets modified with learning. Another feature of personality is it is dynamic. It undergoes a change. You're not the same person. Say, as you say, your personality was totally different when you were in primary school. Your personality was totally different when you were in high school or graduation level, post-graduation level. And now your personality is totally different from what you had in what your personality was when you were doing your post-graduation. That means personality is dynamic and gets changed with the process of learning. Okay, every day we come across situations. Every day we face certain problems. Every day we come across opportunities, threats, etc., which teach us what is right and what is wrong. You should have done like this. I should have done like this. Then when you think so, your personality undergoes a modification. Okay. And therefore it's dynamic and gets modified with learning. Whenever we learn, whenever we get to learn something, without our knowledge, our personality undergoes a change. And this personality is influenced to a great extent by social interactions. Okay. Say personality is influenced by the people around us. Who are our friends? Who are people around us? Okay. Say our personality is determined or influenced by the people who are around us. If you are around good people, you will have a good personality or right personality or a model personality. If you are surrounded by bad people, automatically we imbibe those characteristic features and become bad. Okay. That means our personality is influenced by the social interactions that we make. And it is a result of both heredity and environment. Personality is the result of both heredity and environment. Okay. Even we imbibe or we inherit certain basic characteristics from our parents. And we are also exposed to the various types of environments. Okay. If there are 65 participants here, 65 participants are listening to me, and there are 65 personalities listening to me, and whatever I say is understood there are 65 understandings of my words. Some are serious, some may not be serious, some may say like that. Say why? Because we are different, or we say in psychology, we say no two individuals are alike. No two individuals are alike in this world. Okay. That means we are different. Why are we different? Because we are born to different parents. We are born in different environments. We have different surroundings. So therefore, we are totally different, even though we appear. Okay. Say all of us have got 2 ears, 2 eyes, one mouth, one nose, one mouth, etc., etc., etc. So many things are common, but say we are different mentally, emotionally, psychologically. We are different because of different heredity backgrounds. Okay, we inherit certain basic character. When I discuss the psychology, the personality theory, we will understand what are the things we inherit from our parents. Yes, we inherit certain basic characteristics from our parents, and we also learn from the environment, and ultimately a personality is formed. And so next question is, why should we study personality, or why should we understand personality, or why should we know about personality? Say, I told you in the beginning, personality is a very important thing, very important concept. Okay. Why should we understand personality? The first one is, say, we need to have the right personality. First requirement is we need to have the right personality. Why should we need to have right personality? Because right personality leads to success. Say, we come across successful doctors, successful engineers, successful lawyers, successful teachers. So, like that, we do, in every profession, we come across successful individuals. Why are they successful? Because they have got the right kind of personality suited for the profession. If my personality doesn't suit the teacher's personality, a good teacher's personality, then I cannot be a successful teacher. I cannot be a good teacher. Therefore, different professions require different kinds of personalities. When the personalities match the profession, they automatically become successful. Okay. To be successful, we need to have the right personality. That's why we need to know about personality. And say, different jobs require different individuals, or individuals with different personalities. Therefore, the personality is a very important concept. And so behavior is a function of personality and environmental features or environmental characters. Okay. Therefore, say environmental factors. Therefore, personality is important. Okay. Say people do observe us. Therefore, we need to have the right kind. As teachers, we need to have the right personality of a teacher. Okay. And moreover, personality influences what we think. Personality influences what we think. That means our thought process is influenced by our personality. Yeah, there is some situation in Mahabharata wherein Krishna, Duryodhana, and Dharmaraya were talking to each other. There was a situation in Mahabharata where Krishna, Arjuna, Krishna, Dharmaraya and Duryodhana were talking together. And Krishna wanted to prove that Dharmaraya is better than Duryodhana. Then he gives a task to both Duryodhana and Dharmaraya. Yes, you go around the globe and find out how people are. He asks both Duryodhana and Dharmaraya to go around the globe and find out how people are. Yes, they went around the globe and came back. And Krishna asked Duryodhana first, say, how are people? Then Duryodhana said, sir, what to say? All people are selfish. They're wretched. They're unlawful. They're unworthy. Like that. Say, he just complained about the people. Later on, Krishna asked Dharmaraya, how are people as far as you are concerned? He said, all people are very good, very nice. They're honest, sincere. So like that. Okay. That means, say, what we think is influenced by our personality. Therefore, we need to have right personality. When we have the right personality, our thought process will also be right. Okay. The same people were, the Dharmaraya found them good, and for the same people, Duryodhana found them they are not good. Okay. It is all in the thought process. Okay. Personality influences what we think. Personality influences our beliefs. Personality influences our beliefs. Our beliefs are different. Okay. Some believe in Rama, some believes in Krishna, some believes in Shiva, some believes in Narayana, some believes in Allah, some believes in Christ. Yes, our beliefs are different. Okay. It's the personality which makes us to be different. It is our background which makes us different. Okay. Our beliefs are different because our personalities are different. Personality influences our values. Our value system is influenced by the personality. Okay. Some people give more importance for money and some people give more importance for the relationship or friendship, whether friendship or money. For some people, money is main factor, and for some people, yes, it is the relationship. That means it is a value system. Our value system is influenced by our personality, our expectations. Okay, personality influences our expectations. Okay, and our personality influences what we think about others and what we think about ourselves. Okay, therefore, personality is a very important concept because it has got, say, tremendous influence on our thought process and behavior. Okay, and our acceptability. So we expect the society should accept us. Okay, our acceptability, our adaptability, our learning, our relationship, and above all, our success is dependent on our personality. So everything, okay, personality is the foundation on which the person is built. Therefore, our acceptability, adaptability, learning, relationship, and above all, our success is dependent on personality. Therefore, and I was telling you, personality influences how we think or what we think. Say there was a parent took his son to a movie. A parent took his son to a movie, Satya Harishchandra. And the parent's expectation was he should learn something good from the movie. And after coming back from the movie, the father asked the son, what did you learn? Son says, Papa, if you say truth, you have to be in the grave. Therefore, try not to tell truth. So this is his perception. Okay. Say like that, for same thing is understood differently by different people, and that understanding is influenced by our personality. Therefore, personality is a very important concept, a very important thing. Okay, and we should be very, very careful about us. We should be very, very careful about our personality. Okay, and it helps to know what we are. Some people think that they are great. Say By thinking that I am great, I don't become great. Others should tell that so and so is great. Okay. Yes, I mean it helps us to know what we are and how other persons are, and therefore personality is a very important concept to be known. You should know what personality is. Okay. Then coming to the determinants of personality or factors influencing personality. So our personality is influenced by n number of factors. Our personality is influenced by n number of factors. Say, just I will give you one example. Okay, that means our behavior. When I say personality, personality is equal to behavior. Okay, say when you go to a hotel in the evening for snacks, what do? Yes, you just go on observing what others are eating. Say in a hotel, all people are eating dosa. Then you think that, oh, this hotel is famous for dosa, and you also order for dosa. That means your behavior is influenced at that moment by others' behavior. Or say you go to a petty shop to buy a bathing soap. You wanted to buy X brand soap. You are about to ask the shop owner for the soap, and for during that moment, a lady comes to the shop and asks for Y brand soap. Y brand soap. You wanted to buy X brand soap. The lady besides you asks for Y brand soap, and the shop owner asks, "What do you want?" Asks you. Immediately you say, yes, I want Y brand soap. That means your behavior is influenced by the person standing to your next. That means, say there are, or say the neighbor has bought X brand TV. You also tend to buy X brand TV. They've got Y brand refrigerator. You also tend to buy Y brand refrigerator. Say that means what I'm trying to tell you is we are influenced by n number of factors. Our behavior is influenced by many factors. But if I'm saying for the sake of understanding, the factors influencing personality are classified into four broad groups or four broad categories. Okay, first, I mean they are biological factors, family and social factors, situational factors, and cultural factors. Say the factors influencing personality are broadly classified into biological factors, cultural factors, family factors, and situational factors. Coming to the biological factors. What are the biological factors that influence our personality? Say under biological factors, we study heredity. Okay, that means children born in a family inherit many traits and features from their parents. We inherit many features of our parents. Okay, and the physical and psychological characteristics are transmitted through genes. Say you are short. You are short because your parents were short. You are long. Or you are tall. You are tall because your parents were tall. You are handsome because your parents were handsome. You are not so fair because your parents were not so fair. Okay. You are black because your parents are black. Or you are white because your parents are white. Okay. That means you have nothing to claim. If you are beautiful, you are tall, you are smart. Okay. It is the gift of your parents. Nothing to claim on your own. Okay. That means we do inherit many basic traits, physical and mental traits from our parents. Okay. Many a time we are asked, oh, you do look like your mother, your grandmother, or your grandfather, something like that. That means we have inherited the physical traits from our parents and ancestors. Okay. Or therefore, I mean, say that and these physical features or physical structure has got a tremendous influence on our personality. Our physical structure has got a tremendous influence on our personality. So people try to, I'd say in the beginning itself, I told you, our personality is understood by the physical appearance. Okay. Say when you are a child, okay, and say people come and oh, so say you're very smart. Okay. And the child thinks that I am smart. Okay. That means, and he or she starts thinking that he or she is smart, intelligent, good looking, fair, something like that. Okay. That influences our, say in the beginning itself, I told you, personality is what we think about ourselves and what we think about others. When we think, what we think about ourselves is also very important. That influences our behavior. Okay. Therefore, this physical structure has got a tremendous influence. So, how do we try to understand people? First, we try to understand people by their external appearances. Okay. We try to understand people by the external appearance. Therefore, external appearance is very important in shaping our personality. Then, the second biological factor that influences personality is the brain. Brain has got significant role in determining the personality of an individual. Why? Because it is the brain which understands the world around us. Through brain, with the help of the brain, we try to understand the world around us. Therefore, say brain is very important. It understands, it analyzes and directs the behavior. It is the brain which directs our behavior, which understands our surroundings, which understands what you say. If you ask a question, who you are, if you ask a question, who you are, immediately you get the answer, you are so and so. Don't you get the answer? Say you ask you a question, say where am I? You ask a question, where am I? Immediately you get the answer, you are sitting in a room. Say, what am I doing? Immediately the brain tells that you are listening to a lecture on personality. That means it's the brain. Okay. Through sensory organs, we try to understand the external environment. Okay. Say maybe smell, maybe touch, taste, vision, audition. These are our sensory organs. And through these organs, we try to understand the external world. You eat something, or you eat a mango, and it's not the taste buds which tell whether it is sweet or sour. The information is sent to brain, and brain will tell, yes, you are eating mango and this mango is sweet. The brain, okay, ultimately, say you are seeing me, and say eyes are not responsible. Okay, eyes will send the information to the brain, and brain will tell you are seeing such and such a person. Okay, that means brain is the locus of all of our understandings. Therefore, brain is a very important influencer of our personality. Okay, yes, you are passing in front of a hotel and you get the smell of masala dosa. Oh, immediately, oh, hotel they are preparing masala dosa. Say, the smell is sent to the brain, and the brain will tell, oh, you are smelling such and such a thing. You touch, okay, or you're say on some day you're standing in front of a stove and you are heating some water. Without your knowledge, say you touch the plate, hot plate. Immediately you take back your hand. You take back your hand without you understanding what has happened. You would have withdrawn the hand. That means brain directs. Yes, you are touching a hot plate. Yes, withdraw your hand. Before you understand that you have touched a hot plate, or you are driving a vehicle, suddenly somebody comes across and immediately put the brake. Yes, it is all the activities are initiated, directed, and controlled by the brain. Therefore, brain is another biological factor which influences our personality. Then the cultural factors do influence our personality. Okay, culture is the complex, or it is a complex combination of beliefs, values, traditions, and norms of behavior. Okay, we live in a culture, we are born in a culture, and this culture is the culmination of beliefs. Say a few minutes back I was telling our beliefs are different. Okay. Say why our beliefs are different? Because we belong to different cultures. Okay. Our value system is different. Okay. Say different cultures have got different values, different value system. and we imbibe those value systems, and our value systems are also different, okay, from others, because say others are born in a different culture and we are born in a different culture and traditions, okay. Say somebody celebrates Deepavali, somebody celebrates Ramzan, and some people celebrate say Christmas, okay. Our traditions are different because our cultures are different, okay, and norms of behavior also different. And these, now how do we learn the behavioral norms? Through culture. Why do we say, if somebody asks why do you celebrate Deepavali? Yes, sometimes you may not know why am I celebrating Deepavali. You say my fathers were, or my mother was celebrating, therefore I am celebrating. Say others were celebrating, therefore I am celebrating. Something like that. Sometimes we do not know the reason for celebration, some celebrations. Okay. Yes, I mean they are again learned from this, or these cultural values are transmitted by one generation to another generation. The food we eat, is the result of our culture. The dress we wear, yes, I mean, just by looking at the dress, you can make out to which culture a person belongs to. Okay, the dress we wear, and different cultures have got different dress code. So just I take the example of white dress. White dress is worn, okay, during marriages by Christians. Christians wear white dress during marriage. The same white dress is worn during mourning in North India. If you go to North India, people while mourning, they wear white dress. The same white dress, okay? The white dress is worn during mourning, and here in Christians culture, the white dress is worn during marriages. That means, say, because of our culture is different. Okay, the food we eat is the result of our culture. Somebody eats, or some are pure vegetarians, some are non-vegetarians, some are, say, combination of both. Say that is because of our culture. Okay, the festivals we celebrate, as I told you, yeah, I mean Hindus celebrate Deepavali, Yugadi, Dashara, etc., etc., and Muslims celebrate Ramzan, Bakrid, etc., and Christians celebrate Christmas. Say because these are the part of our culture. Okay, and the food we eat, the dress we wear, the festivals we celebrate, the gods and goddesses we worship, the values we believe in are learned from our culture. Okay, culture is one of the greatest influencer of our personality. Then family and these cultural values change over a period of time. Cultural values change or gets modified over a period of time, and when the culture gets modified, even our personality gets modified. Okay, I told you personality is dynamic, and say you may not have the same personality when compared to the last year. Your beliefs are changed. You have learned so many things. You have one more year of experience that has changed your, molded or modified your personality. Without our knowledge, the personality gets modified. Then the third factor which influences our personality is the family and social factors. Family. Okay. Yes, family is an important contributor of our personality. Okay, a constitution of the family. Yes, we come across joint families and nuclear families. A child brought up in a joint family would be totally different from a child brought up in a nuclear family. In a joint family, the child grows up with the cousins, the uncle, auntie, in-laws, etc., 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 and the child's behavior would be totally different. When we are brought up in a nuclear family, our behavior would be different. Or parental education. If the parents are educated, yes, the child's personality gets influenced by the parental education. Or the profession to which the parents belong to, yes, that will have an impact on the child's personality. Okay, say if it's an official family, the behavior or the culture in the family would be totally different. If it's a farmer's family, the environment in the family would be totally different. Okay, or if it's say joint family, the environment would be different. And this family environment influences our personality. Okay, how to deal with others or how to transact with others. All these things are learned from the family. Okay, family. The influence of family is discussed under two heads. The first one is identification process, and the second one is socialization process. Okay, the influence of the family is discussed under two headings. The first one is identification process. Second is socialization process. So first we try to identify, say, as a child or a child tries to understand or identify himself or herself with the first, with the members of the family. Okay. When a child starts identifying itself, when a child starts identifying itself, see, we start as children, we start identifying ourselves when we are at a very, very young age, when we are at about 3 months. Okay. Say you go to your friend's house, and there is a small child about 3 months, and you want to pick it up. Will it come to you? No. So it starts crying. If you take the child in your hands, the child starts crying. Why child starts crying? It understands that you do not belong to this house. And it thinks, okay, the mother is holding the child, and you want to pick up that child, it will not come. It doesn't understand, but say it will turn its head and say, I will not come to you. And forcefully, if you pick it up, it starts crying. That means child knows where it is safe. Child knows where it is comfortable. That means it starts identifying itself with the members of the family first. Okay, that is an identification process. First, we try to understand, or that influences. Okay, the elders' behavior in the family influence the child's behavior, child's attitude. Okay, therefore, family is the first, say, place where we start learning or imbibing our behavioral patterns, and the family influences. Okay, then the second one is the socialization process. Okay, identification is fundamental in understanding personality. Okay, we identify ourselves with the family members. Okay, and this process starts when a child is very small. And second is the socialization process by which individual infant, we learn how to deal with others, how to transact with others other than the members of the family. That is socialization process. How should we behave? How should we behave with other members in the society other than family members? Okay, that is socialization process. Okay, and even in the socialization process, the role of the family is significant. Say you just, and say, I think many of you may have, kids of say 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Okay, and say you are taking your child to your friend's house. You are taking your small kid of say 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years to your friend's house. What do you do? Do you take the child simply like that? No. You give instructions as to how to behave in the friend's house. You should not do all sorts of things. Okay, you should keep quiet. You should not ask irrelevant questions to the people where we are going. Okay, like that, the mother and father gives, say, a big list of instructions while taking their child to another's house. Likewise, when guests are coming to our house, we instruct our children not to behave irrationally. Okay, yes, don't ask irrelevant questions to the guests. Don't put your hand to the plate where the snacks are given to the guests. Like that, we give so many instructions. That means our behavior is guided by our parents, how to deal with others. Okay, that means we learn how to have a relationship with others, what kind of relationship we should have with others. That is being taught to us by our parents and elders in the family. Okay, that means even the family influences our personality. Okay, because of the instructions. Then the last one is, or even not only their instructions, even the parents' behavior. Okay, we do observe as children, we observe parents' behavior or elders' behavior in the family, and we try to imbibe their behaviors. Okay, that's how our personality is built. Okay, say, I mean, children in the family emulate their parents. We try to emulate our parents. Thus, we inherit some of the, I mean, personality characteristics of our parents. Then the fourth factor is the situational factor. Situation, I mean, we come across, okay, we face many situations, many problems, okay, many opportunities. We meet many people. I would say, I mean, from all these things, we do learn, okay. Say, and situational factor, say, mainly I can take the example of the language. People born in Karnataka speak Kannada. People born in Tamil Nadu speak Tamil. People born in West Bengal speak Bengali. That is, it is a situational factor. Okay, the language we learn, the language we speak is a situational factor. Okay, that means even the location or the situation influences us. Okay, the knowledge we acquire, the knowledge we have is situational. Say you may come across, I mean, students from rural areas, students from urban areas. There will be a lot of difference in their knowledge level. Why their knowledge level is different? Because of the locational factor or the situational factor. The language we speak, the knowledge skill we have, or say these are all the examples of situational factors. Okay, and situations provide opportunities and threats, leading to experience and mold our personality. Therefore, say personality is influenced by our situation in which we have. I mean, situations provide opportunities, threats, problems, and teach us what is right and what is wrong. Even the culture, the influence of culture, I forgot to tell you, culture has got a great influence. It tells what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong, what is moral and what is immoral, what to do and what not to do. All these things are learned from our culture. Okay. Yes, I mean, these are the different, I mean, factors which influence our personality. And say the time is galloping, and I have only another 7 minutes to go. And therefore, I will take up the personal instead of going to a theory. Okay, just I would brush up within 1 minute. I will tell about psychoanalytic theory propounded by Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud is called the father of personality, and he gave us a theory. It's called psychoanalytic theory, wherein he classifies or he says that our mind has got three components. Our mind has got three components, and these three components are id, ego, and superego. Id, ego, and superego. Id, what is id? Id is the most basic system of human personality. And the characteristics which we inherit while telling the influence of family or biological factors, I told you, we inherit certain psychological traits, physical and psychological traits from our parents. Okay. And this is the id. Id is what we inherit. We inherit certain characteristic features from our parents, and this forms the id. And id is, say, it is primitive and governed by the principle of greedy and pleasure. Id is primitive and governed by the principle of greedy and pleasure. All are selfish, all are greedy. There is no exception. All of us, including me, I'm telling, all of us are selfish. All of us are greedy. We are not happy with what we have. We want to have more and more, more and more and more and more. Okay. This is id. Id is, and we say, even in our yesterday class, I was telling you, we try to procrastinate. We try to postpone our work. That is again a common feature of all the individuals, because we believe in the principle of greedy and pleasure. Okay. Or it is freedom from all inhibitions. It is childish, irrational, never satisfied, demanding, and destructive. All of us have got these characteristic features within us. Okay. We don't tolerate others coming up. If someone is rich, we do not tolerate him. Okay. Like that. I mean, it is childish, irrational. Okay. It is never satisfied, demanding, and destructive. It is raw, animalistic, knows no laws, obeys no rules, and remains basic to the individual throughout his life. And is whether he's, an individual of 1 month or 100 years, all of us have got these characteristic features, and these are common to all people, and it is id. So ego starts developing when we start separating, or when we start understanding what is real and what is not real. Okay, ego is realistic part of the brain. Okay, it largely practical and works in an executive capacity. It wants something to be done, and ego says no, 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 it's not permissible. Don't do that. I will not do that. Okay, say ego is a realistic part of the brain, and it's a ration. It's called a rational master. Okay, it doesn't go, say, it understands the norms of the society and tries to behave within the framework of the norms provided by the society. Okay, therefore, and there will always be a clash between id and ego. And there is another part which is called super ego. Super ego is moralistic and consists of noblest thoughts. Super ego consists of noblest thoughts and ideals and feelings. Okay, and there will always be a clash between id, ego, and super ego. Id says something, and super ego says something, and ego will have to manage both id and super ego. Okay, and ultimately, our behavior is governed by ego. Ego is the final judgment is given by ego, and our behavior is influenced by our ego. That's what I mean. Say in simple terms, this is a gist of the personality theory given by Sigmund Freud, who's called the father of personality. Then coming to the personality development. Okay, say I told you personality is dynamic and it undergoes a change, undergoes modification. Okay, that means constantly our personality undergoes a change with our learning. Okay, with our experience, our personality changes. But say it is natural, but when we want to change our personality intentionally, yes, it requires some efforts. Okay, and say first thing is we have to believe that it is possible to change. It is possible to change. Yes, I can change myself. You have heard this. I will tell you the story of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, after coming back from the foreign, he started his profession. Okay, he got a client, and he, with full preparation, he went to the court. He was an advocate. Okay, he got a case and he wanted to argue in the court. He went to the court, but he could not utter even a single word. He could not utter a single word in the court. He was a big failure. Mahatma Gandhi was a big failure as a lawyer. But at a later stage, yes, he became the national leader. There is 360-degree transformation in Mahatma Gandhi. Okay? Yes, you might have heard of story of, Valmiki. Valmiki is a hunter. Valmiki was a hunter. Okay, he was a dacoit. Okay, and he meets Narada, and say he gets himself converted to a saint. Valmiki becomes a saint, and he writes Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana. We call it Valmiki Ramayana. That means from a hunter to a saint. Okay, even let's say you might have heard of Buddha. Buddha is a very, very great example. Okay, he was a prince. He had kingdom. He had a very beautiful wife. He had a son. Okay, palace, kingdom, whatnot. But one day he sees an old person. One day he sees a patient. One day he sees a dead body. Okay, and he leaves everything, kingdom, wife, son, palace, everything, and becomes a monk. Okay, yes, what a change. Okay, so we have n number of examples. We have n number of examples around us where people have changed 360 degree. That means we have to believe that change is possible. Okay, yes, when a poor boy can become the president of America. Abraham Lincoln was a poor boy. He was a shepherd. Okay, he became the president of India. A chaiwala can become the prime minister of a big country. Say we have the example of Shri Narendra Modi ji. Okay, or a paper boy from Rameshwaram. A paper boy from Rameshwaram can become the president of India. We have the example of Dr. Abdul Kalam. Okay, he's from Rameshwaram. He was just selling the paper. He was distributing the paper during his childhood. Okay. Or a boy from scheduled caste and from a very, very poor background can become the president of India, K.R. Narayanan. Yeah, we have the example of K.R. Narayanan, who became the president of India. He's from a scheduled caste and very, very, very poor. I say, I wanted to tell all these stories, but time is not permitting me to tell the stories. Okay. And so we have lot many examples. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Lal Bahadur Shastri. Now our president, Madam Draupadi Murmu, Srimati Draupadi Murmu is from a very, very, very poor background. Okay. Yes. I mean, say change is possible. We have to believe that the change is possible. Then the second thing is we have to get away with fixed mindset and develop a growth mindset. Say we have to get away with the fixed mindset. Okay. Say those with fixed mindset believe that talent or intelligence is inborn. Say if you have the fixed mindset, then you believe that the intelligence or the talent is inborn. Okay. Or we cannot change our level of ability. Okay. Yes, I cannot become. Say many people or majority of the people believe that I'm a dullard. I'm not intelligent. Therefore, I cannot score. Okay. But you have to say, I will just tell you one more story here. Say if intelligence, for a moment, imagine if intelligence is available in the market. It is not available in the market, okay? But think that if intelligence is available in the market, then what would have happened? Rich people would have brought good intelligence, okay? And we, the poor people, would have bought less intelligence, less quality intelligence, and we would have worked under rich people, because rich people have got more intelligence because they have got money and they have got best intelligence in this market. Okay, this is not happening. This is not, God has not made like that. Okay, say you have to earn your intelligence. You have to only through hard work. Okay, intelligence comes through hard work. If you don't study, you will not become intelligent. Therefore, you have to think that this intelligence is not inborn. Intelligence is not inborn. You can also always question yourself. When you question yourself, you become intelligent. Yes, when my classmate can get 95%, yes, why not me? If you question yourself, yes, you have an answer. You are in no way different from others. You are in no way different from the achievers. Okay, you can also achieve the same height. Only thing is you have to make up your mind. And third is you have to conduct a SWOT analysis. You have to conduct a SWOT analysis of yourself. I think all of you know about SWOT analysis. That is analysis of strengths, analysis of weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay, you have we have got strength, we have got weaknesses. At the same time, we have opportunities and threats. If you are strong, even the threats become opportunities. If you are weak, even the opportunities become threats. Okay, you have to make your own SWOT analysis of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And wherever you find your weakness, you try to improve upon that weakness. You try to get over that weakness. Okay, and wherever you are strong, you may be a good orator, or you may be a good writer, you may be a good organizer, you may be a good motivator, you may be an art. I'm saying develop, strengthen your strength and try to overcome your weakness, and thereby we can build a model personality. Okay, then third or the fourth is we have to write up a personal vision statement. What you are going to become, or how you are. As teachers we have to be model individuals to the students. Many a time I tell my students that we are examples. Either we are good examples or bad examples. Say in your neighborhood there is a small child, Ramu. Ramu is very intelligent. Ramu is hardworking. Ramu is a rank student. Okay? He is very regular to the school. And what you advise your child? You advise your child, see Ramu, be like a Ramu, be like Ramu. Say your neighborhood, Ramu is bad, not intelligent, always fails, never goes to school regularly. Then the same example, you take the same example of Ramu and tell your children not to become like Ramu. Don't become like Ramu. That means the same Ramu, if he is intelligent, hardworking, rank student, he becomes a good model. If the same Ramu is not intelligent or say he is a bad student, then he becomes a bad example. Okay, like that, we are all examples. At least, I mean, we should become good examples for our students, model examples for our students, and we have to be ready to do little extra effort to change our personality. We need to do little extra effort, and we will say nothing can be achieved. Nothing can be achieved without hard work. We should be prepared to do hard work. Okay. Yeah, I mean, say Sachin Tendulkar during 2004, he got a tennis elbow. All of you know about Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, he got a tennis elbow, and his co-players thought that his career is over. But Tendulkar went to England, get his arm operated, came back to India, again practiced and practiced and practiced, became, I would say, again an international player, and he got the, I mean, he's the youngest fellow to get Bharat Ratna. He got Bharat Ratna in 2014. Okay, he has achieved a greater height, I mean, 100 centuries or something like that, and the government awarded him Bharat Ratna. That means little extra effort is required to change, to become good, to become model. Okay. Yes, then say we are like that, and we have to pick up good habits. We have to pick up good habits, accept new challenges, start, I mean, quit thinking in fixed terms. Okay. Don't say not possible. Yes, I will try. It is possible. Okay. Then only we can change our personality. Be conscious, be dedicated, be determined, be disciplined. Okay. A model personality requires hard work, determination, dedication, and discipline. A person without discipline cannot become a good human being or a model personality. Say over a period of time. Be conscious about your behavior, be conscious about your thoughts, conscious about your surroundings, and ultimately, over a long period, we will become a new person, we will become a good person, we will become a model personality. Thank you for patient listening. Yes, if you have any questions, I'm pleased to answer your questions. Any question? Yes, I have to end up abruptly because the time is getting up. We have another 7 or 8 minutes. I will answer any question. No questions?
Sir,
Yeah, please.